always say all of us have seen or personally experienced what 3 days of eating poorly or drinking heavily or being sleep deprived, what that can do to your physical body. How quickly 3, 5, or 10 days can make your appearance look so drastically different and so many times for the worse. Well, the opposite is true. When you dedicate 3, 5, or 10 days to infusing your body with micronutrients that are designed to revitalize and stimulate health, it's shocking what a difference that can make. Hi, I'm Haylie Pomroy, and on this DVD, we're going to talk about unleashing your burn. What's the burn? It's what your body needs to move or to remove. It's why your scale's stuck and what to eat about. This is a 3-plan program that helps your body burn through plateaus. It helps you break through barriers when you get stuck. You're going to get a booklet that comes with this. And in that, there's going to be a quiz to help you understand what your particular challenges are. It's a way to understand what your body's communicating with you and to learn how issues such as inflammation, digestive stress, and hormonal imbalances can spell diet disaster. Today, we're going to find out how to overcome weight loss challenges with foods plus this booklet. So the concept of the burn is micro repair. So I use the analogy of having a splinter. You can be a world-class runner, but if you have a splinter, you can be out of the race for a long, long time. So we use food to micro repair, just like we do in the fast metabolism to support the holistic or the whole body. We use the burn plans to go in and do micro repair for why you're stuck. So there's 3 separate plans. There's the eye burn. The eye burn's all about inflammation. We do work a lot on pH here. We work a lot on balancing the electrolytes in the body. These are people that have autoimmune disorders. It's people that have pain and inflammation, also edema. You're going to take this whole quiz and it's going to help you see what symptoms, where you store weight, how you have a hard time losing weight in particular areas, what it tells you, and it tells you which burn you need to do first. The eye burn is only 3 days long, and it incorporates some unique things that we're going to get to in just a minute. Then there's the deburn. The deburn is actually a 5-day program, and it really helps if your body's stuck because of digestive issues. You can have gas, bloating, irritable bowel syndrome. Maybe your body's not processing nutrients efficiently, and those micronutrients aren't getting to where they need to actually evoke true repair. Over the 5 days of the deburn, you work on specifically the mucosal lining. And the thing that's kind of interesting about this is that this plan actually incorporates support for individuals that have issues of the lung. In many philosophies of medicine, the lung and the large intestine or the respiratory and the digestive systems are very linked together. So people that need the deburn, they might find that they have asthma. They might be prone to allergies. They might get allergy shiners. They might also get a lot of phlegm or coughing up things after they eat. So the deburn, we're going to work strategically on those areas of the bodies to evoke that kind of micro repair. Again, that one's 5 days long. The third and final burn is called the H burn. And the H burn's all about doing micro repair on the mechanism that stimulates, support, and create your hormones. This is really good for a person that has hormone-based weight loss resistance. Individuals that maybe are going through menopause, that have irregular periods, a difficult time getting pregnant, people that have low testosterone levels. You're going to take this quiz. It's going to help you decipher what your body's actually telling you. So on the H burn, it's actually 10 days long. We do 10 days because we want to make sure that we cover a couple days before and a couple days after in your body's natural 7-day cycle. And on that H burn, during those 10 days, you're going to do some unique things that help your body micro repair the hormone imbalances that can be causing your scale to get stuck. So on the H burn, you want to look at things like odd weight gain, individuals that gain weight, cellulite in funny areas. I always say if you start to get cellulite kind of on the front of your legs, midsection weight gain, fatty deposits on the back, that's a really good indication that your hormones causing weight deposits in areas of your body that you normally wouldn't carry weight. So I want to take you a little bit through each of the burns and tell you kind of some of the philosophies behind them. So we'll start with the I burn. And let me say one thing first. When you take the questionnaire, you might find that, oh my gosh, it's as if she was, eavesdropping on me and reading every one of my symptoms and prescribing the spot loss, the area of weight loss to the area of my body that I needed. And one might identify with you specifically on that at that particular time. But after you apply that to your life, after you do one of the burns, I want you to go back and retake your questionnaire, because sometimes when you heal one area of the body, there's another area of the body that kind of says, me too, don't forget about me. So all of these plans, the 3-day I burn, the 5-day D burn, the 10-day H burn, they can be used repeatedly, meaning that you can do them one right after the other. But you can also, for example, do a 10-day H burn and then go right into a 3-day I burn and then maybe follow up with the 5-day D burn. The other thing is let's say you're on the fast metabolism diet and you've done 28 days, or maybe you've done several cycles because you had more than 10 to 20 pounds to lose, and suddenly you're stuck. You want to use this also to break through plateaus. You want to use this micro repair to go in and actually nourish on a really, this is when you're sculpting, to get those fine adjustments made to the body so that you can evoke change and get rid of that plateau. So let's talk about the I burn for a second. We use a lot of raw fruits and vegetables on the I burn. Again, we're wanting to work on the pH, we're wanting to balance the electrolytes, we're wanting to reduce inflammation. You actually make a specific smoothie that I've designed just for the I burn, and you have that every morning. You also make a big batch of anti-inflammatory tea. You're going to have that with breakfast, you're going to have that with lunch, and you're going to have that with dinner. There's particular recipes where we use targeted foods, just like in the fast metabolism diet, to evoke strategic repair. But this is fine repair. So you're going to find that your grocery list, especially on the I burn, is a lot smaller. If you have preferences, it's very easy to modify. You'll see when you get the book, you'll see that there's fruits and vegetables that you can exchange for it. But in the main book, I've actually laid out a day-by-day plan for you. With the I burn, I'm also going to have you make a giant batch of what I call I burn soup. It's a soup that has a lot of vegetables in it, unique root vegetables that actually stimulate the anti-inflammatory natural hormones in the body. And you're going to have that soup twice a day. You're going to have it actually with lunch and with dinner. Now remember, like the fast metabolism diet, there are things that are free foods or unlimited. So there are unique foods on the I burn like jicama, like cucumbers, that actually you can have it as much as you want and at any time. So the goal here is to get the metabolism moving, but now use micro repair to work on the strategic areas of your body, your unique situation that needs micro repair so that you can continue forward with your weight loss goals and with your health goals. Then there's specific recipes for lunch and for dinner that you're going to love and enjoy. The I burn has a lot of raw fruits and vegetables. And one of the reasons why we do this is those enzymes that are produced when you have raw foods really help stimulate and support your anti-inflammatory enzymes. So that's the I burn. I can't wait for you to take the questionnaire and see which burn's right for you. Let's move on to the D burn. The D burn is 5 days long. It is really important that 5 days to take that strategically to work on healing the mucosal lining of the GI tract and the lungs. We use a lot of foods in the D burn that are what we would call allergen-free foods, or foods that actually help reduce your body's allergy response. The thing that's unique about the D burn is that everything in the D burn is actually cooked. This is a great one to make all of your food, freeze it up, and get ready for those 5 days. So again, we wake up every day, and I guess I should say there's this exception. Your smoothie isn't cooked in the morning. You wake up every day and you have a smoothie that's specifically designed for the digestion, specifically designed to heal the mucosal lining of the GI tract and the lungs. Then it's a little different than the iBurn in that you have your tea at breakfast and lunch and dinner, but you make a deburn soup and you actually have those for your 2 snacks during the day. The deburn soup is, it's delicious, it's wonderful, it's actually one of my favorites. I do the deburn soup all the time, even when I'm not on the 5-day program. We keep it around because it really seems to help. I have a propensity, as I've talked to you guys before, about some food allergies, so it really seems to help me with that. You then make an incredible lunch and dinner, and again, when you look at the program, you'll see that a lot of the dinners can be used for leftovers the next day, for your lunches. And then another unique thing about the deburn is, so we have your soups at your snacks, we have your smoothie for breakfast, your teas are at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then after dinner, we actually do cooked fruit. Culturally, cooked fruit can be so healing to the mucosal lining. A lot of individuals that deal with asthma, colitis, irritable bowel syndrome, any kind of a disorder dealing with that kind of tissue, cooked fruit seems to be very soothing and very healing. And so you get that little extra snack on the deburn. But again, remember, you're going to read through the program, you're going to take the questionnaire, and you're going to decide which burn is best for you or what you need to eat to get the scale unstuck. We'll finish up with the H-burn. The H-burn is 10 days long, but it is incredibly impactful. Think of the hormone things, again, like menopause, PMS, individuals that have fertility issue, low libido, low testosterone, but also a really good one for mood, memory, and cognition. Our neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, L-DOPA, epinephrine, norepinephrine, our adrenal hormones like cortisol, these all are very nourished and nurtured and supported. So a lot of times individuals that struggle with things like depression, memory and cognition, anxiety or panic attacks, we find that these people really benefit from the H-burn, really taking those 10 days to do that micro repair on how the body both creates and secretes hormones, but also how the body converts those hormones into bioactive things that can make a change in the body. So the H-burn has its own unique smoothie that you get up every morning and you have, and just like the fast metabolism diet, you have it within 30 minutes of waking. This smoothie is loaded with healthy fats and nutrients that help not only stimulate your own hormone production, but provide the building blocks to create new healthy hormones. You're going to make a unique soup that's specifically, that I've pulled all the micronutrients and targeted foods that you're going to have at both snacks. So let's say you get up in the morning at 7 and you have breakfast at 7:30, which is your smoothie. You're going to couple that with a specific tea that's nutritive and supportive for the adrenals and for hormone and hormone function. Then 3 to 4 hours later, you're going to have your snack, which is going to be your H-burn soup. Then in the book, there are tremendous recipes that you can make for an what we call an H lunch and an H dinner. So for 10 days, breakfast, snack, lunch, dinner, your soups, your teas, and your smoothie are all designed to nourish and nurture the hormones, their production, and their activity in the body. Some of the things that are kind of unique about the H-burn is we do cycle the glycemic level throughout the day, meaning there's times when I have you do fats, there's times when I have you do grains. There are particular and strategic fruits and vegetables that I use for this. But the thing that's incredible is that so many people find that this micro repair, this removal of the splinter, allows you to continue running these incredible races for success. So remember that we live in a holistic body, which means that your body's not having an isolated experience. All of these programs work together. What we want to look at is which one's rearing its head, which one's crying out for the most support. So let's use, for example, the iBurn. An individual that's maybe been diagnosed with arthritis. Let's say it's osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, your elevated SED rates, your aldolase is high, your CKs are high. This is a great one because the micronutrients in this particular program are designed to help balance the pH, which has a significant role in inflammation, as well as lower the enzymes that promote inflammation while stimulating the enzymes that are anti-inflammatory. I'm thinking of another person that would be really great is a person that has seasonal allergies. Not necessarily food allergies, but maybe someone that gets real reactive. It's a great time to do this in the spring or in the fall when individuals have allergies to pollens and weeds and grasses. It's part of the inflammatory process, our allergies are. And so this is a great time to maybe implement the eye burn. I have a lot of people that during allergy season drink the eye burn tea, all day long. The other thing is the smoothies are really great if you're an individual that wakes up and just kind of doesn't get out of bed as quickly as you used to. If you're feeling a little stiff, a little rickety, maybe you don't feel like your body has that same fluidity, the eye burn program is a really great one to do. Let's talk a little bit about people that might want to do the deburn. Individuals that struggle with constipation, or if they fluctuate between loose bowels and constipation. Individuals that get gas and bloating after eating. Sometimes if you eat a meal and you feel distended or stretched out afterwards, that would be a great indication. The other thing is people that get a lot of congestion, people that have sinus issues. The mucosal lining, now, I know we talked about allergies and an allergy response, but chronic sinus swelling has the same mucosal lining as your lungs and your large intestine do. So that might also be an indication that your body's actually crying out for this kind of micro repair. Another thing, a lot of people that maybe have gas and bloating, maybe people that are getting ready for a big event and would like to really flatten their bellies particularly, a lot of times they'll eat the deburn soup or drink that deburn tea throughout the day. On the hormone piece, a lot of times people forget that insulin is actually a hormone. So individuals that are suffering from syndrome X or metabolic syndrome X, where the body's become insulin resistant, there's a ton of adrenal fatigue, the cortisol levels are off, they have reproductive problems. We talked about a little bit about this, people with erectile dysfunction, this is a great program for them. The other piece that we think about this is individuals that are diabetic. A lot of times, again, we forget that insulin is actually a hormone. And so, we always want you to check your blood sugars and make sure that you're being supported by your physician. What we find clinically is that this is a great plan to help stabilize the blood sugar for individuals that get stuck. So these plans are here. You can use them interchangeably. Again, you can do HDI, IDH. It doesn't matter that it's 3 days, 5 days, or 10 days. The other thing that's great is a lot of our clients lose 3 pounds in 3 days of the eye burn. They lose 5 pounds in 5 days of the deburn, and they can lose up to 10 pounds in the 10 days of the H burn. So if you're stuck, or if you have just a little bit of weight to get off, or you're trying to burn through those plateaus, that's another good thing to look at. You can also look at how much time do I have. Sometimes you don't have time to implement this for 10 days, and you can receive tons of benefit from just doing the eye burn for 3. But I don't want you to do the H burn for 3. I don't want you to do less of the program because it's actually designed to help the body heal, and we need those designated amount of days to do it. But you can do the deburn for an extended period of time, so sometimes people will do it for 5 days and they'll do 5 days again, but all of that's in the book. The other thing to think about is that if you're on the fast metabolism diet, and let's say you've got a vacation to go on or you're going to be traveling, sometimes people will do this because it's a little bit of a catalyst or a little bit of a boost right before they go to supercharge their metabolism. Or when they get back, let's say so many people like to do the fast metabolism diet. Phase 1 is Monday, Tuesday, phase 2 is Wednesday, Thursday, and phase 3 is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. A lot of my clients, let's say they've gone off the program for a while, they've traveled, they vacation, or they just decided to take an intentional break, or they've reached their goal weight. Sometimes in order to get them back in the rhythm, they'll put a burn, do some micro repair just to get them back on their set days. So there's a lot of ways that you can use this tool. This is one of the many tools that we can use as we start to look and adopt the concept that your body can turn towards food to get the healing it desires. So this micro repair can evoke a significant amount of change in your body. You can get, I always say, people say, really, Haylie, 3 days, 5 days, I can get this kind of repair or this kind of change. And I always say all of us have seen or personally experienced what 3 days of eating poorly or drinking heavily or being sleep deprived, what that can do to your physical body. How quickly 3, 5, or 10 days can make your appearance look so drastically different and so many times for the worse. Well, the opposite is true. When you dedicate 3, 5, or 10 days to infusing your body with micronutrients that are designed to revitalize and stimulate health, it's shocking what a difference that can make. So take the questionnaire, look at the particular foods and see what your preferences are, and decide if it's time for you to do an I burn or a D burn or an H burn, and look at maybe why your scale's stuck and what it is that you need to eat about it. Thank you.